All right, y'all. How y'all doing today? All right, real deal. We're gonna go on ahead and get started. Y'all know I can't waste no time. Um, we're gonna go ahead on and tune in to the trial. Young Thug YSL members. Officer is gonna recollect aggravated assault shooting. Okay, on one of the YSL. Okay.
When you get into the apartment complex, tell the jury what happens.
Went inside the apartment complex, I continued to watch the vehicle. The vehicle pulled into a parking space. Two black males got out of the vehicle, and I continued to watch them as we drove by. We eventually.
Or the initial suspect that you were looking for?
No.
Okay, continue.
Okay. So we continued to travel to the back of the complex. Before we could get all the way to the back of the complex to go around, we heard gunshots. We heard a series of gunshots. I said, those are gunshots. They thought they were fireworks, but I said, no, those are gunshots because it sounded like a series of shots. I said, Porter, turn around. So when she turned back around.
Hi everyone, Mark Barton here at San Diego Promise.
Okay.
On December 14th,
Commercial, y'all.
uh, we started heading back. I saw a gentleman with a red shirt running behind another male shooting. So I said, Porter, go, go, go. So eventually, I thought Porter missed him. She didn't see him. I thought she didn't see him because she was ready to drive by him. So I just said, stop right here. And I jumped out the car and I had my weapon. I told her to pull out on the radio, which is me, just let radio know where we are and what's going on. I didn't have really much time to communicate because I was reacting to the incident. So I got out with my gun out, and I had my gun out on the gentleman that had on the red, and he just started running towards me. I was standing right next to the car. I didn't know that he was running towards this car. So he got into a maroon car. He jumped into the rear back seat of a maroon car. So I got close up on the car so I could see inside the car. So I told everybody, let me see your hands. Put your hands where I could see them. I looked at the driver in the car because I stood on the angle so where I could see into the car, see everybody. And the driver looked me in my face, revved the engine, put the car in drive. And as he pulled off, I jumped out the way and I shot a shot. And he hit investigators Porter's. He hit the car with the two investigators in it because they never got out
Wow.
of the vehicle. So he hit them, and I fired another shot after that. At this time he's being reckless. The whole incident, they was being reckless. My life was in jeopardy. My partner's lives was in jeopardy, and so was everybody else's lives around us. So the vehicle just sped off at a high rate of speed out of the apartment complex. He smashed the front gate.
Gosh.
Once he smashed the front gate, he went up in the yard right directly across the street from the apartment complex. And from that point on, he went out of my sight of view. I think he went off the side. He went off the side of the embankment. Investigator Porter and AC went off behind him, followed behind him. I was standing there, and I called for assistance, and that was the end of the incident from my perspective.
Okay, so we're going to sit there pretty fast. So
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So we're going to slow down a little bit. Let me ask you this. What kind of vehicle were you, Investigator Porter, Investigator Booker's in?
Yeah, Taurus, Ford Taurus.
All right, and was that the APD issue or City of Atlanta issued vehicle?
Yes, it was a detective car at the time.
I'm sorry. Was it already into defense counsel?
Ooh, some roughnecks.
Certified and pre-marked as Exhibit 25C through 36. Please take a look at 25 and 36. were in on September 11, 2013.
Yes.
Your Honor, this time the state would like the Senate States to exhibit 25C and 30C into evidence through 30 Charlie into evidence.
Any objection seats 25 Charlie to determine. All right, 25 Charlie to determine. All right.
YSL ain't no joke, y'all. Them YSL jokers ain't no joke, but then don't know about now.
First, looking at 25C. First, is that the
Oh,
apartment
that's that
complex?
Taurus.
Yes.
No.
No.
What was in the apartment?
Is it yes or no? Sorry.
I can't tell. No.
But is that the vehicle that you all were in?
Yes.
All right. And you said that you were in the front passenger seat
Yes.
and Porter was the driver
Yes.
and AC Booker Hicks was in the back seat.
Yes.
Run up. Or reacting. All right. Now going back to listen, going back to the apartment complex. Did you testify that when you first drove in, that you drove towards the back of the apartment complex?
Yes.
All right. And once you got to the back of the apartment complex, if you can tell or if you can remember, how long were you driving before you heard the shots fired?
It wasn't that long. We were driving pretty slow. So I say approximately like 2 to 3 minutes because we was doing a canvas, so we was really just driving slow, looking for the suspect.
Okay.
So.
And once you heard the gunshots, did you turn the car? Did investigator Porter turn the car around immediately?
Yes.
All right. And then once she turned the car around, was she going back into the direction that she was leaving the apartment complex?
Yes.
All right. And once she turned around, what happened?
Once she turned around, she was driving as if she was ready to leave the apartment complex. I was assuming she didn't see the incident because she was like she was ready to head out the apartment complex, and that's when I told her to stop right here, and I just jumped out.
When you said you saw the person shooting, was that before you turned the car around or once y'all turned the car around?
As we started approaching, because we was kind of far away where you really couldn't see because there was cars in between. It looked like they was in between cars, and I was on the passenger side, and I was looking for it. So she was pretty much just driving. I guess she didn't see. I don't know. I can't tell you what she saw. Right. I can't tell you what she saw. I'm going to tell you what.
Yeah. So don't tell me what she saw. Just tell me what happened.
Yeah.
So she drove by
Right.
the vehicle.
Yes, she drove by the vehicle. Yes.
When you said you saw a person in a red shirt shooting, how far were you when you saw that person shooting?
He lying.
Approximately 10, 15 feet.
Were you in the car when you first saw him shooting, or what, did you see him shooting when you got outside of it?
I saw him shooting, running away from the vehicle, shooting with my back turned. I didn't actually see the gun in his hand. I heard the gunshot.
Oh man, he lying.
Towards me, but as I got closer to me, I saw the gun in his hand, and that's when I jumped out.
He ain't
Once
been.
you jumped out, what happened?
Then I had my weapon on him, and I'm telling him to drop the weapon. I'm telling him to drop the weapon, but he didn't comply. He just continued to run towards the car.
And when you get out and you're telling him to drop the weapon, the car that he runs to, how far are you from that car?
To be honest, I wasn't sure how far it was behind me. I was focused on the threat at the time. I kind of tunnel vision at that time.
Okay. Did you see that individual get into the car?
Yes.
Once he got into the car, what did you do?
I ran up on the car.
And when you say you ran up on the car, where were you?
I positioned myself on a corner, that way I could see all angles of the car. On a corner where I'm in towards the right front light.
And was this car pulled in or was it back then?
It was back then.
All right. So when you go up to the car, are you now facing the driver?
No, I was facing the passenger. the passenger and the driver. The driver, I could see both of them clearly.
Right. And when you saw the passenger and the driver, what did you see?
Um, I just saw actually I saw both of them, but I couldn't tell you what they looked like. I kind of locked in on the driver because I wanted to make sure he saw me. I was like, you know, showing eye contact with him.
Oh yeah,
So
right.
I was locking in with him to make sure he saw me because I wanted to make sure he saw me.
Oh yeah,
You
right.
said you want to make sure he saw you. So the driver, was it a male?
Yes, it was a male. Yes.
Were you able to see the passenger?
No.
Front passenger.
No, I couldn't tell you what the passenger looked like.
Do you know if the passenger was a male or a female?
No.
Right.
Oh, you didn't look at the passenger?
Were you able to see if there was anyone else in the car besides the person in the red shirt that got into the vehicle?
Yes.
Was there anyone else in the car?
Yes. It was I only saw 3 people in the car. I only saw 3 people in the car. Yes.
Lord have mercy. I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one, y'all. I wanted to let y'all see that one. Let's see. How y'all doing, real deal? These people just be lying. I just come in here for a minute. Okay, we're going to sidebar for a minute. We just sidebar.
Knows where you came from. You came from nothing. Now I'm standing before you. Trust you.
That's Brian Steele right there.
Week 1 of the Georgia Rico trial of rapper Young Thug
That's my boy right there.
is officially in the books. Just because the trial is now underway doesn't mean it has been smooth sailing. No, we're bringing you 10 of the most eyebrow-raising, notable, and wow moments Week 1. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
All right, y'all, let me skip it a little bit.
Trial kicked off on Monday, November 27th, after the Thanksgiving holiday, and we're finally starting to hear what the prosecutors say they can prove. Wonder why this...
All right, y'all. He talked too much. Hold on for a minute, y'all. I thought I was trying to. I didn't. I was trying to go back and catch some of my stuff that going on. Now this who shot me right here, y'all. I'm gonna show you who shot me. This dude right here in the Young Thug case. He was the main. They got a picture of him dancing. He was the main character.
You said last week that you did not say you. You said we. So why did we, as you put it, need to rebrand to Young Limelight?
So you in the ring wasn't even like intentional. That's just the direction I was saying.
What's that?
But the words I was using wasn't like thought out. I'm just answering the question to the best of my ability.
He got some good hair on his head.
At that time, when you said we needed to get away from Robert,
I'm being honest the whole time.
specifically, he spoke of the weed that needed to get away from Robert.
Yes, I'm being honest.
And do you recall what you said about needing to get away from Robert being known for committing criminal street gang activity?
Yes, we have everyone to step in and say, I'm trying to my best ability to follow the questions and follow my answers. You asking me about you, not asking me about you.
Was there any part of what I asked you last week that you didn't understand?
Yes, but I'm making my best to process.
He's so
Do you
cute.
feel like you can't ask me to clarify?
Not with that, like, I don't know. So,
He trying not to mess up.
you ask me, do I feel like I can?
Understand that you can ask me to clarify.
Yes, that's understood.
And did you ask me to clarify that before you explained to the jury why we, as you put it, needed to separate ourselves and disassociate from Rockford?
I didn't ask you that because I'm trying to do my best ability to follow up. I don't understand.
You better got Thug in that over there looking at you.
Last week, when I asked you whether there were members who were Rockford in this courtroom besides
I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, real deal. I want to show y'all him. I'm gonna show y'all this dude right here. Y'all remember him now? I'm about to show y'all who he is. I'm about to show y'all who he is in the Young Thug case. Okay,
members of
in the
YSL
young when he was young. I wonder why he got all that gray hair. It may be for good luck. I don't know. I'm gonna show y'all him. Hold on for a minute. Let me see. Can I find it first? When they was in the apartment. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a minute. Oh, these boys right here plead guilty. Okay, hold on for a minute. Let me see the ones who. Oh, if they pled guilty, if these dudes right here, hold on, y'all. Let me get rid of this commercial, honey. I hate to stop about that. Now,
Just briefly,
Go ahead.
Judge, I just wanted to point out, as of course, can ascertain by the fact that he was only charged.
that's the one y'all just saw on it.
He was not
No,
hasn't been charged separately.
yes it is.
Criminal activity regarding this case. It has been alleged against some other co-defendants. He had a string of issues in 2011, 12, 13.
No, that ain't him.
He went
Who's
to
on the
prison in
stand?
2015 and has been out since the end of 2018. And since then, he's been a model parolee. He's passed all of his urine screens. He's not gotten in any more trouble. In fact, they put a parole hold on him. But when they found out that this was mostly based on old crimes, and a few posts that were innocuous and some pictures, they did remove the parole hold. So I'm asking the court to accept the state's recommendation. And I did just wanted to point out that
Let me
he's trying
pull
to
up something. Let me pull it back. I'm trying to see if this who I think.
Counsel, if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case. Yes. The right to the presumption of innocence.
Hold on, y'all.
The right to test. I'm letting you know your right. That you are the same person referred to as Tick in the song by Young Thug entitled You.
That's him who did that. That's the one that got out the stand. He hiding, so I can't even get him on him. He the one in Young Thug, but he the one shooting though. He hiding, so I can't show y'all. He hiding behind. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real deal. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all excuse me and the dog, honey. I came home from work. Hold on, let me find that video where they was.
Do you understand that this plea, the state's offer plea is as
Ever since you were young, you were lied to. In fact, I was too. The one thing
I
I've never had
can't
to teach my
find it.
kids is that I have to save up cash.
What is it?
He had intended to introduce a video. I don't know if he intends to do that today, but if he does, it's a matter that would probably be best argued outside the presence of the jury.
This my moment in the Young Thug trial. This the best part in Young Thug trial to me. Little bit lick, tick, 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 tick. Come on, y'all.
Defendant Williams 32, is that correct, Mr. Steele? Correct, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Kokomo, go ahead and play, sir.
This the best. right there. Good Jesus.
What time is it up, Mr. Kokomo? Alright, okay, right.
Look at the.
Mr. Steele, you want me to admit this, and what's the reason?
He said, "What the reason you want me to?" He said, "What the reason you want me to admit this?" Excuse me, guy. I'm sorry. These folks that be tripping me out. Whew.
I suppose you're gonna lay a foundation through Mr. Stevens.
Listen, y'all.
Sure, yes. That is true. And then, assuming that foundation is laid to the Honorable Court's satisfaction, and the court admits it, there are three things that are pertinent to this video. You will look, if you don't mind, or may remember, in the Beaufort Act number 14 of count 1, you will see a photograph that the grand jury attached to that charge. And it's Mr. Williams along with Mr. Copeland. It's a Instagram posting, allegedly, with Mr. Williams' Instagram handle. And they are wearing shirts that you see in this video. The shirts are RG and RG. My contention stands for Rich Gang, and Rich Gang, we're here with, an allegation of a criminal street gang. And I want the jurors, I think I'm entitled, I would like to, entitled to show the jurors what Rich Gang is. That is their music compilation number 2. There is a lot of red being worn in the video that has been just played for the Honorable Court, which I believe is number 31. If I'm wrong, it's 32. 32. Okay, thank you. And Mr. Williams is not wearing red in the video. It is being worn by other people. The third reason, Your Honor, is there are 2 witnesses on the state's witness list. Mr. Brian Williams, his performing name is Birdman.
Oh, Birdman.
Mr. Of course I can't remember. It's Lamar. I can't remember his first name. Qantas Lamar. Thank you. I apologize. Okay. Also, a performer known as Rich Homie or RHQ. He is in that video. He's a performer. It will explain Mr. Williams' relationship with them. And this is not a statement as in OCGA section 24-8-801D to A as in Lisa and Alpha, because I am not looking for this statement or these words of Mr. Williams. He is singing. And there are lyrics of Mr. Williams that he is singing on this video, but these words are not for the indictment. This was also made in 2012 or 13. This video?
Yes, I have to check my notes.
All right. Got all that. Why do you think that Mr. Stevens would be a better witness for a foundation rather than either Birdman or Mr. Williams or Mr. Lamar, Rich Homie Quan? But if they're in the video and if they're going to be called, why wouldn't it be better to lay a foundation through them?
2 reasons. First of all, I believe that Mr. Stevens can. This is a public domain.
It doesn't make a difference if it's public or not. You still have to have some basis of
Yeah.
reference, and then kind of just lay the foundation from that. You still have to kind of
Yeah. I understand what the judge said.
I'm not saying that it's not admissible. It's just I don't think that unless he has some nexus with that. I mean, you could, and then we'd be up here all the time, and you'd just be showing people, did you understand this, or is this a person that we're looking at? You've got to have context, and if he can't provide context, he's
Yeah.
not the best person to probably lay the foundation for that. He can state the obvious, but he's got no context. Much like, different like if you have Mr. Williams or Mr. Lamar come in, they say, okay, well listen, yeah, I'm in the video, and let me tell you, in 2012 or 13, where the foundation, this is what was going on, and here's why we're singing about which guy. Do you see the difference? No.
I understand what the judge said.
Especially on that one.
I'm not trying to disagree.
No. Look,
You're asking me a question.
I'm asking you a question, but I'm also telling you why I would probably sustain action. At this point, I think from the court's perspective, it's admissible. It's just not admissible through him.
Well, I'm going to then ask the court to reconsider for two issues. First of all, and I know every ruling is different. I'm aware of that. But the pushing P video that is directly in the indictment, Mr. Stevens did not have any type of nexus to the,
And it was objected to. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you why I as the gatekeeper are not going to continue on that line of introduction.
and I don't want to raise a frivolous
You got to
motion.
tell him why you want the song, though.
The gatekeeper that you are going to do, and that the gate's not opening up right now.
I mean, I'm just telling you. Again, I think the evidence is relevant and it's admissible for the reasons you just told me. Now, I understand that this is the state's case in chief, and you're trying to get out what you need. He's just not the witness to do so.
Okay,
Well, I also like in the court.
Mr. Steele. He's saying only thing the judge telling you, it's okay with the song that you want to use to point the direction that you wanted to go in, but the judge trying to tell you that it's not good for your witness. Your witness is not the person to use that song for. You don't understand what the judge said? Good Jesus. I understand you, Judge.
um, when I make the motion, I'm making it now. Then any of the state's witnesses who are going to talk about lyrics, going to talk about videos, going to talk about photographs, they have no nexus. They're just pulling things off the internet that's in the public domain. And then if this honorable court just adopts this, or not adopts it,
She just got to stand up. She just love to talk.
I'm making a motion still to exclude that evidence.
I rule on what's in front of me. Okay, it's disingenuous for you to say that. Okay, I look at what is presented before me. I try and get it right from both sides. I am not admitting or excluding evidence in a vacuum. So for you to say that is disingenuous to the court. I'm going to look at the evidence depending upon the facts and circumstances of what I have before me. If the state has an issue with foundation, I'm gonna hold them accountable as well. And remember what I told you about the lyrics and everything else. It is dependent upon what is presented in terms of foundation.
That's right. I understand what he's
Very
saying.
clear when we argued that motion with Mr. Carlson. So.
I understand what the judge said. Well, that was one of my moments, y'all. That right there was one of my key moments that I enjoyed the most out of the Young Thug case. So that I liked it there. And I'm gonna show you I can't find the video. I can't find the video of when they was in the apartment. Let me see, can I find it? The guy who was on the stand, y'all probably don't forget him. Y'all ain't really into this like I am, but I just wanted to come in this morning, y'all. I'm gonna come on later on, but I got some video. I have some content out there. I got plenty of content out there. I would like for y'all to go back and I did some for January, February, March. December, January, and February. Can y'all please do a favor for me? Is to go back and look at those contents that I put my heart into it and my work into it. And I'll be back on this later on tonight, y'all. I love y'all. I'm out.